Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Top Rope Taco Tuesday
That's
here at BTR Beyond the Ropes. My name's Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and with me, as always, my tag team partner in crime, Rand Dizzle, aka Randy. What do you do, Randy, on this Taco Top Rope Tuesday?
taco. And funny enough, I just ate some tacos, some picadillo
I did the
tacos.
same. I did the same. I had some
Mm,
beef.
mm.
I had some of them beefsteak mini tacos. Yeah, beefsteak.
Nice, nice. Well, another Top Rope Tuesday, and a lot of wrestling going on this past weekend, and we're inching our way towards the end of the year because we are almost less than 3 weeks away before 2026. And it's pretty interesting because there's been a great run for AEW and a great run for WWE. Even if you are tribal, there's some tribalism involved where you only care for one or the other. There's a lot of things to be proud of, a lot of things that ended up being
Man,
flops, and hey,
I
we're inching away.
apologize for rubbing in for running into what you're saying here. Like you just blew my mind. It's 3 weeks, dude.
Three
Like I had
weeks.
not paid attention. I had not paid attention. 3 weeks till the end of the year, dude.
I felt the same way when I didn't realize it was Thanksgiving. Like 2 days later, and I was like, "Holy shit! Why are we recording early?" Well, it's Thanksgiving this week, and
Man,
now we're inching our way towards Christmas, and our BTR end of the year awards that we'll record or go live later on in the month. But we're inching our way there. And like I said, there's a lot of things going on. WWE, AEW, there's a lot of flops.
and
There was a
funny
lot of
enough,
wins.
man, that you bring that up. That we've kind of been talking about this, offline, off away from cameras, and it's just really like it's culminating to be something really nice. Like I'm excited to put this list out there and get the opinions of others, and just you just go back and forth with what we got going on.
That's the best part of being a wrestling fan. Like we're all gonna have our own opinions on what we thought was good, bad, fantastic, a big flop, whatever the case may be. But if you want to stay tuned, in a couple of weeks, we'll give our opinions and our awards out for the end of the year for the two major companies. We do understand that there's TNA Wrestling, there's AAA, and there's a lot of good things that came out of those. Same thing with Ring of Honor. There's a lot of good wrestlers that came out of there, and the partnership between AEW and New Japan. There's a lot of good things that came out of that as well, because you do see a lot of those belts being, I won't say defended, but being held by some of the roster on both those companies on the main show. So it's pretty nice to see. But strictly, our award ceremony will be just to the two main companies. So even everyone from the fanatical fan to the global casuals can enjoy the episode of our opinions on the BTR awards. And we'll get to that in a couple of weeks. But today, we're just talking about, end of the year stuff for like we'll call it, what is it called? Like we're taking inventory of what happened this year, right? For
Hmm.
AWWE. Nothing specific. We're just gonna kind of talk of some good things and some bad things, or again, opinions of ourselves of what's going on. So, what you got? What you got? Oh, I saw you just doing this like you were gonna say something.
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, but before we get into that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and hit a bionic elbow. We do the Cody Rhodes version of his daddy's bionic elbow. And I know there's a nice, we are collectors, if you can't tell from Fern's background or my background, but it's a nice little new Mattel LJN Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, baby. So go ahead and hit a bionic elbow on that like and subscribe button to get notified whenever we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to watch back, huh?
You ain't got no wrestling collectibles. All I see are a bunch of fake belts on your back wall. Where's the good
Fuck
stuff?
you,
Where's the good stuff?
fake belts. Fuck you.
Where's the good stuff at?
Everywhere else.
Where's the good stuff? I don't see any of the good
one
stuff.
of one of my mansions around this house, one of my rooms in this mansion.
Uh-huh.
But regardless, make sure to follow us on anywhere you get your podcast needs, on any platform, and of course at the socials at Beyond the Ropes Pod. What you got?
Because Stone Cold said so.
Nice, nice.
Scratch logo.
Scratch logo. Oh shit! I didn't know that. Is that new or is that red throwback?
Throwback. What are
No, no,
you
no.
talking?
I'm not certain if they. I wasn't sure if they made like a special retro packaging for that.
No, 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 no. This is throwback. I just picked this up a week ago.
Nice.
Doesn't have. Usually they have dates on some of these things. They don't have dates on any of these things.
It's on the
But yeah,
bottom of their foot. That's the only place I have dates that I know.
2013. I found it.
2013.
The Stone Cold said so.
But that's what I'm saying. That must have been retro packaging because the scratch logo happened, died out way before
Was during
2013.
that series. This was from that series.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is I'm surprised they used that fucking scratch logo. It's old as fuck.
They did because those are the ones that were on when they were first selling for this series.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Cena, Punk, Rock, Sheamus, Stone Cold, Rey Mysterio. That was from the scratch logo time.
One of us doesn't belong. Can you guess who? Is that
No, one.
mayonnaise Shamus?
What? I thought one of us isn't wrestling. Can you
One
see
of
which
us
one?
isn't like the others.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
you have that. I got this just a couple hours ago, randomly. I
What?
found it. I found one.
You found one.
I found
Okay.
one. Surprisingly, that was the only. I've only found Dustin Rhodes and Logan Paul, which I don't care for. And you graciously enough, as of right now, have graciously enough gotten me a Black Hogan. But this is I've only found this one, and I've searched and searched and searched. Yeah, Black Card.
Black card, brother.
And this week is the last time you'll see him wrestle. This may not be the last time you see him, but it'll be the last time you see him wrestle. The last time is now. So
There you go. See now you're cooking with gas.
if you look around my room, there's a giant Hogan behind me also. So
Doesn't come out in video.
no, damn,
Mm.
was there? But regardless, like I said, we're gonna get into, just inventory of what's going on or what's happened, and we're rounding out the year in 3 weeks. So I'm gonna just draw a random question because I know we do have the awards coming up in the end of the year.
Yup.
Was in the past 11 months and 1 week, has there anything that stood out to you that like really captivated you? And not that you don't have to go in depth or like just maybe something that's like what pops in your head first, like
It's hard to go in depth with you because when I go in depth with you, I get cut off. And then
that's why I said
I
don't go in
ask you a
depth.
question and you go way more in depth than me even answering the question. So to answer your question with an answer and not going in depth, for me, one of the things would be John Cena's heel turn.
A little too short-lived. I wish it had lasted longer, maybe even to the end of the year, but we didn't get that run.
One of the big key factors that I was also reading on a couple of interviews sometime today um, was that Travis Scott was just he just pulled out, and it's sad, dude, that you have people like us and people who are superstars in different genres of things or whatever, musicians, actors, all that kind of stuff, that are big fans like we are with wrestling, any promotion. But when they want to step in and actually start doing some of the work, then you see what that person's really made of. Logan Paul said it himself in an interview. He's like, it hurts. It hurts. You're finding ways to deal with the pain. So you do it and you keep going with it because you love it and you don't mind hurting yourself, or you don't and you pull a Travis Scott.
And the crazy part is, like Logan Paul saying that. Imagine shit 10 years ago when the schedule was a lot harder. They don't do live events like they used to. So Logan Paul he was
They
and kind of still kind
add
of is
a
as a
bit more
part-time.
now. It was like last year and the beginning of this year, kind of. It was more the transition when Triple H really started taking over and Vince was gone. Was when they started pulling away from the live events because they were trying to figure out money, dude.
That and saving their investments from getting hurt on live events, right? Because think
Hmm.
about this. A couple of years ago, Seth Rollins, as a champion, broke his ankle in a house show giving Kane a power bomb off the top rope
Hmm.
on a live event, not a pay per view, not a PLE, not even on fucking network TV, Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I get it. And these wrestlers once upon a time worked 300 plus days a year. Now they're still pulling 180 something days a year. That's still a lot. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but a lot of it now is media, not so much
Hmm.
matches. They're finding a way to secure their investment because they're paying. It wasn't like again, it wasn't a couple 10 years ago when some of these wrestlers were getting paid $10,000 for the month, which is still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Now
Hmm.
these people they're getting invested millions of dollars a year to fucking work to actually show up and wrestle or hit a promo or whatever the case may be. So I get it. So Logan Paul to at least give people the clarity that dude, this isn't easy, and he's somewhat of a part-time wrestler, give or take. Now he's starting to show up at TV a little bit more, but really a part-time wrestler compared to the people like John Cena who's retiring, Randy Orton, AJ Styles who's about to retire soon, people like that who put in 300
Whoa,
plus days
whoa!
a
Don't
year.
put that bad juju on Randy Orton yet. Randy Orton's just
Ryan,
chilling.
he was out for a while because of his back injury and his neck injury. So,
Right? But you're talking about retiring, and you said John Cena, Randy Orton, AJ Styles. Don't put that bad juju on Randy Orton yet. He still wants to keep going.
and I
He
hope he
he's
does.
he's got a championship number to beat.
He's at number 15 right now, right?
Yes.
Or 14,
14,
right?
14, 15. One of the two. Close.
He's close. John Cena did say, now that he's never seen 17, he wants to one day shake someone's hand who beats his record.
Yep.
So and he said he hopes he's not in the ground when that happens. And luckily for him, the person whose record he beat isn't in the ground, and that guy's name is the Nature
Woo!
Boy,
You
Ric
damn right.
Flair. So that's pretty awesome, and I hope that does happen. And I think another person more deserving is Randy Orton. Like that's the next person who
So look at this. You're telling me about so right now Cena is 48 years old. Right now, Ric Flair is 76 years old. So give or take 30 years,
Mhm.
who's got the balls to do it? You've got 30 years for Cena to shake your hand. Can you rack up enough wins over time within the next 30 years so Cena can shake your hand for beating his win streak, or are you just not man enough? Are you not tough enough?
You're not tough
Are
enough.
you not tough enough? Let's go that route. Are you not tough enough?
Quick random question: do you see anyone now? I know there's possible future stars in the works, but do you see anyone now in the landscape of wrestling in general, maybe even AEW, that might have that streak in AEW? But do you see anyone in the landscape now that could possibly have or come close to that streak by
Right
any
now I
means?
don't. Right now I don't. Right now I
Okay.
don't. Okay, I sigh because it's a loaded question, but if we're looking for the Cliff Notes version of it, I mean, yeah, we got some time to spare, but I don't want to go. I don't want to, super deep dive. Um, we were at a point where we were having very long, vicious reigns of holding a belt. I honestly did not want to see Roman Reigns with 3 years with the belt. To me, that's fucking ridiculous. 1,300 days, right? Um,
13, 18.
so being that you have it that long, how many reigns do you think he could have had between those 3 years? He could have had at least three or four within those 3 years, depending on who he was fighting, how they booked it, if they let it go back and forth within X amount of months or whatever like that. But when you have the title changing hands so many times, does it diminish the value of the title? Therefore, the person who holds it the longest is better than the one who's had X amount of title reigns. See that's right there. The hey, let's go hang out with the Rascals in TNA and go sit in the little room where they have their little table moment. Like what's that TV show? That '70s show.
That 70 show.
Winter in the Basement. Think about it. What is really more elusive, important, like eye catching, grabbing? What sounds good to the ear? What looks good written on a plaque? Having the belt for X amount of years and no one ever touching you, or having X amount of championship reigns like Cena. You can't beat Cena at 17.
Let me
But how long did he have those reigns?
let
Somewhere a year, somewhere less.
yeah, let me give you a real breakdown because once upon a time in WWE, Bruno Sammartino held that belt for years. Bob Backlund held that belt for years. Hulk Hogan held it for damn near 2 3 years. So there have been
Think
lows in wrestling. There have been lows in wrestling where things just
about,
weren't
okay,
going on.
you bring that up, and I am that's history, that's fact. Now think about the attention span of people back then compared to now.
Yeah.
Think about the technology change between back then and now. You had to read about it in the newspaper unless someone was at event that someone was that at that event and was able to tell you about it. Compared to, let me get on the SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my god, and look up everything that happened already because it's at my fingertips. Do I want to watch the whole show or do I want to catch the cliff notes? You know, so
That's the
that's
difference between a wrestling fan and a person who isn't really a fan. I think that's the
yeah,
difference, and
it's a double edged sword,
it's a
double edged
double-edged
knife,
sword.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think the tough part is in reality, when Hogan, and I'll use Hogan really because he's really what made wrestling more mainstream than Bob Backlund and Bruno Sammartino. But
yeah.
it was who could really be next. Like you bring up Roman Reigns in his 3 year reign.
Who's
Technically,
next?
he won another championship in
Goldberg.
between there, right? He won the title from Brock somewhere, so he was technically he did fight for the belt, but if you really step back outside of maybe Seth Rollins or maybe even a handful of people on the roster at the time when the 3 year reign, which was 2 years ago, who could really fill those shoes? It was so bad that they had to remake another title all over again, right?
Yeah.
And with that title, we have a different opinion. I think we've brought it up many times. Like with the new World Heavyweight Championship, you kind of want to see more hands touch it, so the prestige of it is who held it and what kind of storyline. But like you said, the attention span is so short that holding it for a long time, it could work, but then you kind of force fed it. It works because you're force fed. When the belt changes, it's usually because of some kind of hopefully good storyline that you're like, oh man, he's gonna fight so and so. He got the better of him by cheating. He got like Dom Mysterio beating fucking John Cena. He won the belt by cheating, but you're only gonna know that Dom Mysterio beat John Cena second to his last match. That's something that he can take home with him forever.
Yep.
But at the same token, a lot of people see Dom as the future
Hmm.
of wrestling. So I think in reality, you could have it both ways, and that's why there usually is two titles because there's some people like that. Oh my god, like it's a long reign, and I know me and you aren't those people because I would prefer it to at least switch hands. Like I think a year run is still too long, also,
Yep.
right? Like, but then you introduce all these other subcategory championships: the IC, the United States, the tag team, in AEW, the Continental, the International, the regional or whatever championship. Like you introduce all these belts because sometimes some people it benefits the company for someone to hold it for so long, but you also need something for others to fight for. So it is a double-edged sword. It's just there's no real answer to it really, right? It's all opinion based at this point.
Yeah.
But I
I
hope
honestly, but well, to answer your inaugural question, because we did go around the rabbit hole, I don't see anybody doing it. I really don't. You'll have a couple of superstars that'll maybe hit the 10 mark, but I don't think there's going to be anyone else that's going to touch John Cena's reign. I think he's going to go out as the only one to do it, depending on how long WWE keeps going. Now, I don't want to put the bad juju out there that's saying, hey, WWE is going away or whatever, it's going to diminish, but it all depends on the fandom, dude. You start losing the big names, you better have bigger names ready to go, locked and loaded, or people doing more stuff that's going to keep people entertained that want to keep going to the shows and putting money into the company and the merch. Because if not, no one's going to ever hit it because there's not going to be a company around to fucking do it.
do you think? And I'll use maybe the most obvious right now, maybe outside of Randy Orton, who's damn near close. You do think Cody Rhodes could do it in 30 years?
No, Cody,
He's too old. You think?
yes,
Right?
you would need someone younger NXT stars that are in their 20s to be able to pull something off. Because remember, Cena has been in the business 25 years, give or take. He started early, and then here he is bowing out at 48, 49. So he had to start at least 22, 23, right? Something like
Hmm.
that. Right now, Cody's 40.
Oh yeah,
Born in 85. He is 40 years old. He's got two kids already. At some point, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna have to retire. Maybe by 50, he's gonna be like, I gotta retire because I want to live. I want to be there for my girls because they're still young, like AJ, whose boys are not that young anymore, and he kind of regrets not being in a lot of their stuff. But it's hard to stop when the money's that good and you're trying to give them a good life. He's got five.
absolutely. I think
He's
he's
got five.
5 or 6, right?
I could be six. I know it's so
No,
many on one
you know
side.
who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of fucking Mark Briscoe with 9 fucking
Oh,
kids.
dude, yes, yes,
Holy
dude,
shit, that's a lot of fucking kids. And he's been
yeah,
wrestling forever, just not on the mainstream. He's with Ring of Honor, fucking royalty for a long time, like, and still is technically. But you're right, man. Like, I don't see anyone doing that with a major title. I can see someone doing that with the IC belt and even a tag team belts. Like, I mean, aren't the Usos like 13 time or New Day 13 time champions? Like, I can see that in that kind of reign. But it's hard to even remotely pinpoint anyone who has the it factor or is going to get over with a crowd where they're going to give you the opportunity 17 times. Right? That's the hard part. Is I can see it with other belts, other championships, but not the heavyweight
yeah.
championship. So,
No, it's tough, especially knowing that you got to be able to carry it for 4, 6, 8 months, lose it, and then build yourself around stories to get back in contention so you can do it again. But Cena was able to do that 17 fucking times, man.
and I think it's hard now with the way storylines are made in WWE. They're so much longer than there were once upon a time. Like they're meant to be dragged out for a long, like the long game. It's the long game in WWE now. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's crazy, man. It really is. I
What
mean,
about AEW? Do you think AEW there's anyone who could have that reign there in the championship realm?
no, no.
Is it because they're
I didn't think
interchangeable or is it because of the way they run their
writing,
stories? Writing,
the
right?
writing. I mean, obviously, if anyone, now I got to look up this one while we're doing that because it it's half of its time. Am I right?
Hmm.
Half of its time, and if you got time to do it, Hangman is 34 years old. So realistically, if he fights till if he's good enough and no injuries and stuff or minor injuries, if he lasts till 50, he's still got another 16 years.
That's a good
Maybe
run.
he could. Maybe he could. He's already what? Three time?
Three
Two
time?
time?
3 time?
3 time. Okay, so he's 3 time champ within 6 years. The company's been here 6 years. 3 of those years was him, or at some point. His last reign was how long? Six. Not
69
even.
days? 68 days? Something like that?
So there you go. That's gonna happen where you're gonna have shorter storylines or shorter reigns because of how well you're doing in your storylines with who you're fighting with, or just who's just driving the fucking bus. And
The
Tony
direction of the
Khan,
company. The direction of the
Tony
company.
Khan was the one that pulled the fucking trigger and said, you know what, I'm done with Hangman. Let's move it to someone else, and then we'll figure out what's up because it
And
just started getting flat. But when you don't have the star power behind your heels to push whatever you're trying to do, it's not just about the pay per views. When you think about TV, what's the breakdown? If you have a pay per view every month, you've got 3 to 4 weeks per month, and you got to build up what the fuck's happening before you put it on the line. If you don't have the right people in your wheelhouse to fucking put in those stories every month, okay, I'm done fighting this guy. I'm gonna fight him for 2 months. Okay, so I need 8 weeks of storyline. Okay, we're done. Now I'm going on to this guy who wants my title and blah blah blah. If you don't have enough of those to get through the fucking year, yeah, you're fucked. You're gonna lose.
yeah, and I think you bringing up like the length of reigns, like of days in their title reigns. Like I think during Roman Reigns' illustrious 3 year run, he even told John Cena like, dude, you have 16 times, but my one title reign outranks all your days combined. And
I don't know if
unfortunately,
that's true though. I don't know if that's. I think he was just talking shit. I don't think that's true.
I think so because there was some John Cena title runs that were like 29 days, like maybe a month. So I maybe pretty close to, if not true, pretty damn close to the truth, right? For one title reign compared to 16 reigns. But it's true for most cases in general. Like those that long reign that Cody had for a 1 full year, right? If
Hmm.
1 full year compared to Hangman's 2 month reign, compared to Samoa Joe's 2.5 month reign, like shit like that. Like you can build that because John Cena did have those reigns. CM
Yes,
Punk
he
did
did.
have those reigns.
Yes, he
Randy
did.
Orton did have that kind of reign, right? Like
Yes, he did.
a month, 2.5 months. But
Sometimes you have it's trial and error to see how well these people are going to go over. Okay, cool. I put you on a 3 month time span to see how well you do with stories, how well you do with the crowd, how well you do with media, how well you do with fucking merch, how you hold yourself up knowing that you're still holding that fucking title in the public's eye. Cool. Everything works out. All right, I'm gonna cut you short. We're gonna give it to someone else. Then we're gonna come back and give you a longer one. It's a lot. There's a lot of that going on in AEW with trial and error because I mean, there's already been X amount of fucking people who've held the belt, which is great. But I don't think I'd want to see a Roman Reigns esque title run in AEW. I think that
no, no.
that would
The-
that would really hurt them.
They're too young of a company that the title changes do help the prestige of the belt.
Hmm.
In that sense, right? It really does for especially AEW being so young as they are. They're still a not an infant, but
A
they're a young kid.
budding company. They're a
Yeah.
budding company. Yes.
So I think short reigns are ideal because yes, you can have great wrestlers, you can have MJFs, you can have Hangmans, you can have Swerve Stricklands, but you know more as well as I know, especially in AEW, the fan base is fickle. We love you, we love you. Oh, he has about I love you. Okay, it's getting old. All right, this is played out. Look at fucking. I'll give you a perfect example. Look at fucking. And this is a person who changed my mind. Look at fucking Orange Cassidy. How much he did for the international championship. I wasn't an Orange Cassidy fan, and
No,
him
you
putting
weren't.
him putting his body on the line over and over made me a fan. But that took a toll on him, and he could no longer defend that belt properly. Though I'm sure the way he would prefer to defend it, and so that title reign is over. Thunder Rosa. People are clamoring for this woman to get a fucking championship. She gets the belt, and then they make her chase people as the champion. That shit got old too quick. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, and then everyone didn't care that Thunder Rosa wasn't the champion anymore. Like, oh my god, put it on someone else. Put it back on Britt Baker. She was a better talker. She's a better heel, better shit. Like shit like that, right? So I think for AEW, you're right. It's just the smaller, shorter title reigns are going to help the company over time. WWE has a different formula. They play the long story. AEW is all about action, action, action. So I can see why that title changes so quickly. But that's neither here nor there. Only time will tell. And maybe in 30 years, maybe someone will beat John Cena or get pretty damn close. But I think the person who might beat him is not a man. It's Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
If Charlotte Flair stays healthy, she can beat the 17-time reign, but in as the women's champion in one company. So I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens.
Okay. So as we talk about this lengthy kind of run where people hold a champion for a long time, how about we talk about a woman who has already hit a milestone holding the Ring of Honor Women's Championship for over 1,000 days. I believe she's. We're trying to look it up. There's no complete number, but over 1,100 days is being highlighted off of the AI overview from Google, surpassing 1,094 days by early December. So she originally won the belt December 10th, 2022.
The
So
forever champ.
tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow on AEW, Wednesday, they give her at least some TV time to commemorate the fact that hey, man, 2 years and she's over 1,000 days, 1,100 days as champ, women's champ,
Does that
and
beat
counting.
Roman Reigns? That beats Roman Reigns' run, right? Because Roman Reigns was 10-18,
1300.
1300. Okay, okay.
She's at 1,100.
That's right, 13-18. So hey,
So
man, that's
yeah,
that's awesome. The forever champ.
yes, the forever fucking champ, and it's beautiful, man. It really is. Uh,
That's crazy to go from WWE not doing anything to fucking being AEW Ring of Honor Women's Heavyweight Champ for that long. It's crazy what a change of scenery can do for someone's career, right?
for real, for real.
Ask
I mean,
Ricochet. Ask Ricochet. Fuck, man. Like, holy shit.
yes.
Never
Ask,
talked. Great,
ask,
phenomenal athlete.
ask Sasha Banks, who is now Mercedes Monet. Ask her. Ultimo Monet holding 13 belts, dude. The first woman to ever do it publicly out there on TV, national TV, worldwide. It's not just oh she's got 13 backyard titles. No, dude, like she's got it from all over the place,
All over the world. Yeah,
all over the world.
Mexico,
England,
England.
Repro, yeah,
She's got one from Japan.
yep,
She's got one from Portugal or Spain or something like
something like that.
that. Yeah. Italy. Italy. She got an Italy
Italy,
champion. Yeah.
Italy, yes,
So that's what's up, man. I can't. Does she have a Canadian one? Does she have a Canada?
yeah, she's got a Canadian championship.
So
Mhm.
I mean, that's someone who's doing it big this year. Like this is her year. This is a year 2025. Ultimo Monet. Like she's doing it, man. Like, and that's pretty awesome that she can hold that accolade after. And don't get me wrong, she had a big push in WWE. She, as Sasha Banks, she never was not a champion. Let's be realistic, right? She held the belt multiple times, the women's Raw and SmackDown championships at different times, and now she's 13 belt Monet in AEW. That's pretty badass. So kudos to her.
Um, I didn't even see if there's anything on it. I'm trying to sell. I
You just made
would
the
really love to
list.
see if there's a fucking number.
For Athena,
Yes. Like I know there's a
there's a
uh
date, right? We can just run the numbers to the date.
mm, well they have they had put a post on was it AEW did it to show who the female champions are in each um company. So Ring of Honor, your women's world champion Athena, and AEW Chris Statlander, and then your CMLL world women's champions Mercedes Monet.
Nice.
hmm But yeah, I know. I really would love to know a number. We'll figure it out at a later date. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the shit right there, dude. That really is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else so far that you're seeing in AEW or WWE that's catching your attention? We talked about John Cena and then we went into a tangent about Tyler Reigns, which is awesome because that's what this is about. Talking
hmm
about, what's going on and possibilities. But anything else, like obviously we're again we're rounding out the year. I think another awesome thing was the phenomenal rivalry that Hangman had chasing the belt after John Moxley. That was a good storyline. And although people might have hated the Death Riders and Moxley holding hostage the title, like that culminated in one of the in AEW's WrestleMania All Out
Yep.
or All In, yeah, All Out. My bad. So like I think that was a great storyline, and it did build him. Unfortunately, he did lose it in 2 months, but like you said, like things have to change. People are fickle, and the attention spans of today's viewer is so short that it's like, hey, let's switch it up, and maybe next time Hangman gets a 6 month run, right?
hmm
Because now his story is more interesting now, because not only does it involve Samoa Joe and the Ops, but it also involves his former arch nemesis Sir Strickland, who's also going for that belt.
Herb Strickland.
So you got him losing the belt probably ended up being a better thing overall because now he's back in the hunt, and I think his story is a lot better chasing than having. And sometimes as crazy as it sounds like, some wrestlers do better going after than holding the belt.
That's true.
So that's
Maybe
another,
it's in the cards for Hangman just to be a chaser than a leader.
and that could very well be his path or that his plan for in AEW. You just never know, right? Like there always has to be a winner and a loser, unfortunately.
Correct.
So, and in the direction that both companies are going in, they really are starting to lean into some stories, right?
Hmm.
Like that's the whole point. Like the championship is becoming a bigger focal point, whether you like it or not. It's becoming a bigger focal point on their programming. Because after the year's over, the next big thing for WWE is the road to WrestleMania, starting with Royal Rumble.
In Rita, Saudi Arabia.
So you got that, and then for AEW, you have at the end of the year, World's End.
Hmm.
So there's, I mean, you're building up to something, obviously. And WWE, again, it's more story driven. So the biggest story in WWE is always WrestleMania, which, if you look back, is what 3, 4 months away. April 12th, right? April 12th, something like that.
April 18th and 19th, I think.
So 3 months, give or take,
Hmm.
or 4 months. 4 months. 4 months. 4 months from now, it's pretty much WrestleMania. And how
Yeah.
fast did these months fly by? It was just summer, and it's about to be the end of the year. So time fucking flies, and the wrestling business isn't about what you did yesterday. It's what are you doing for me now? As crazy as it is, right? Like it's not like football or baseball or where you have a season, you play it, and then the champion gets to gloat for 3, 4 months before the season starts. In
Hmm.
wrestling, it's year long. It's every fucking year, every fucking month, every fucking week, X amount of days a week. So it's again, it's not what you've done for me. It's what have you done lately.
Hmm.
And wrestling is fickle, and that's why it's so awesome to watch it because there are literally 6 to 7 days of wrestling a week, depending on the day or the month or the week.
Did you hear about the fighting going on with the Warner Brothers studios
And Paramount and
and
Netflix,
Netflix?
yeah,
Hmm. So imagine if Netflix wins and takes over Warner Brothers. Even though Tony Khan has stated, because of what's been going on, that they are still in a multi-year contract, it doesn't mean that contract can't be voided once the merger happens. Because I don't think those are put in uh, that paperwork. Do you think of what happens if a merger happens? Because you wouldn't think of Warner Brothers selling their rights and their property. You know, it's that
yes,
that's a very big company to be like, oh, we're just gonna get rid of our shit. So for Warner Brothers to be like, we're kind of done with this. We want to go home and retire. It's crazy to think, you know. So AEW on someone else's home. Can you think about that? Is that fathomable? Phantomable of thinking about where AEW would go? They'd probably go where?
Netflix.
No, they wouldn't. Netflix won't. Netflix is going to stomp them out because they have WWE already.
What other companies does it? Well, Warner Brother owns TNT, TBS, and Discovery, right? And USA is owned by NBC, CW, right? And
Yeah.
Peacock, and
Yep.
Peacock. So, and HBO Max and all that stuff will be owned by Time Warner. So, where could they go? Roku TV,
Or where do we say TNA is going?
AMC.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't go to AMC because WWE helped get that.
Yeah, where could they go? True TV.
Disney.
They're technically already on Disney, right? Internationally, they are played on Amazon. Oh, maybe Amazon.
Amazon.
Maybe
Amazon could take
Amazon. Maybe Amazon. Amazon. That'd be
them. Maybe a secure deal, or just finally go and get a fucking app like they did for Ring of Honor.
yeah, which would be wild, dude.
Mhm.
That'd be hard pressed because now you don't have you. Yes, you'll have weekly TV, but it won't be nationally broadcasted. It'll be internationally broadcasted worldwide,
Mhm.
but who has Disney? Who has what? It's just like the whole WWE thing. Like you need
Yep.
Peacock, ESPN, and fucking cable TV and Netflix to watch the shows. Time Warner, Tony Khan's a fucking man of the people, so it's
Mhm.
hard. It's hard pressed to think that he would try to do that to anybody. And I'm sure he'd fight tooth and nail to fucking get a home for them. I just don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I just don't know where. It's so hard.
Well, it kind of makes sense that Paramount's trying to buy out WB. especially when they put 20 more billion on top of what AEW, what not AEW, what fucking
Netflix.
Netflix was doing. So you put that there, it would be smart to go with Paramount.
Yeah,
Drop out and go with Paramount.
which would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Because you
Because
already
you,
have an app based home.
yeah, and you already have fucking what's the word? Live TV, reality TV based like Bar Rescue and stuff like that. The
Well, yeah,
fucking
Paramount has their own TV station too. So
that's
yeah,
right.
they
So
have their own TV station. You can put the fucking uh, pay per views on the app like they did with HBO Max. So there you go, Tony Khan. If shit falls out, go to Paramount or Amazon.
I think Amazon would also be a good one too. That's more eyes, and everyone has Amazon, or a lot of people
Yep.
order from Amazon. So
Yep. Whether you use the TV stuff or not, I mean that's your choice. But yeah, a lot of people do have Amazon.
yeah, and I know Amazon has NFL games, hockey
Hmm.
games, baseball games, and football games.
Yeah, they're pushing more sports so that way they can keep up with everybody because they want to show stuff. What was it? Don't they have someone like some of the bigger games that are coming up too?
Yeah, they have Thursday night football.
There you go.
They have some of the big college football playoffs games on
Hmm.
there. So like it wouldn't not be smart, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see, and that's crazy because we're rounding out the year, and that merger could happen in less than 12 months, and then to 2026, maybe rounding out 2026 might be you might see a new home for AEW. You might see things change, or who knows? God, you just never know what happened. Maybe Netflix does win, and they do keep them around. Now they are the monopoly of wrestling. Not that it would happen, but you just never know.
Hmm.
Now they have WWE on Mondays, and they have AEW on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Fuck, that'd be wild.
That's it's interesting. It really is.
And so we're really circling the year, the end of the year, like coming quick, and there's a lot of things happening. And we talked about new champions. We had talked about John Cena retiring and on his way out. This Saturday is his last fucking day, last day
Hmm.
wrestling at least. Um, Road to WrestleMania is in the new year. You got World's End, AEW, and there's a lot of storylines going on. And we just saw that we know who John Cena's last competitor is for his last match.
Yep. And we know winter is coming, and the inaugural women's tag team champions will be
Crowned.
uh crowned tomorrow. Winter's coming.
So it really is coming because fuck, yeah, it's coming up
Mhm.
quick. Are you ready for that much wrestling, friend? Are you ready?
Oh, they asked if I was ready for Christmas. I was like, no, no, not at all.
It doesn't even feel like a holiday season, as crazy as it sounds.
No.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah, a
Uh,
lot of things going. It's where you put your focus. It's where you put your focus at. And yeah, a lot of shit's going on.
and the good thing is you can tune in to BTR, Beyond the Ropes, Top Rope Tuesdays, or Bell to Bell
Top rope
Thursdays.
Taco Tuesday.
You can tune in. You can get us all the hot scoops from us, who do spend a good majority of our time and lives watching, talking wrestling.
Yep. If we're reading dirt sheets and we're looking at people's fucking posts and stuff on the socials and
The question
talking to
is,
friends and family
are
and strangers, just
you
about everything and anything, and see what's going on, see what
ready?
they've heard. Hey, what'd you hear? What'd you hear? Hey, what'd you hear? What'd you hear? It's what everyone's talking about.
And that's it. And that's it
What
again.
everybody's saying it. Like,
And that's
yeah.
the good and bad thing about wrestling is there's so many opinions out there, and I know we both know tons of people who fight tooth and nail to fucking say what they think is right, and it's a big thing. It's a good and bad thing because people are idiots and people have good points. So there you are in between. But if you want the hot scoop, you come to Beyond the Ropes Pod.
There you go.
Anything else to close out this conversation for Top Rope Tuesday and about circling the end of the year?
I mean, we have a whole lot more coming. We still got a few more weeks. We got 3 weeks to the end of the year. There's still things that can happen that could really sway and change our minds of what we think about what's going on. But definitely tune in and keep listening because we're gonna come with it. You're gonna see it. Hit those notifications. It's gonna pop up. End of year awards. We're gonna throw it down and we're gonna tell you everything of what we're thinking about of how this year ran out, who's on top, who didn't make the cut, and everything else in between. It's gonna be great.
And stay on the lookout. We're gonna put up a poll on X, Instagram, Facebook, and even on Spotify. So you can, drop a comment and see, maybe you have an opinion. I'm gonna put the questions or the award list on the thing, so you can say, hey, you know what? I think wrestler of the year or male wrestler of the year, male athlete of the year is so and so from AEW. Oh, I think the best tag team is so and so from WWE or whatever. Whatever your opinion is, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. Of course, you can always watch back some of these videos on YouTube or Spotify, Twitch, and leave your comments there as well. And we're gonna try to get to them when we hit our end of year awards. And I'm looking at the calendar now. We're gonna do it live on Thursday. So we're gonna do it the day after Christmas. Oh shit! Wait, Christmas is on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do it on the first? Oh, that's New Year's Day.
Um,
You want to do it live or record it? If we record it, we'll do it the 23rd of this month
mm,
or 30th. We can do it
I
the
mean,
30th.
if we're gonna do something live, we might as well just do it next week.
No, we'll go live on the 30th. We'll go live on the 30th on Tuesday, a special
Yeah.
edition live BTR award end of the year awards, and you can join us. And we'll make sure to put it on YouTube, Spotify. You know what? We're probably gonna go. Let's go Facebook Live also on this one.
Okay.
So let's make it a fun one where people can get involved because we will go live at Beyond the Ropes on Facebook,
We can't get
and
on YouTube live.
we need to pay for that.
Gotcha.
So, but we can
Gotcha.
do Facebook Live.
Okay, we'll do that for now.
Yeah, let's do Facebook Live on the 30th, December 30th on a Tuesday, special edition. And just like I said, catch up on the socials where I'll be posting questions and following your comments, and then you can join us live on December 30th on Facebook or even Instagram, so we can kind of discuss the top awards for the year.
Maybe we should go Facebook Live next week just to give it a good trial too.
Yeah,
That way,
that,
people see it and they're like, "Oh shit, they're on Facebook Live." Yeah, we are, baby. Let's go.
let's go. Well, we'll make sure we keep y'all updated on the socials so you know when to tune in, where to tune in, and what time to tune in. Obviously, it'll be Central Time because we're Texas boys. But stay tuned for more stories, more violence.
Because we're the podcast that hits back, brother.
Woo!
Oh my god.